Hey, this is Mr. Griffin. Me bobbing my head a little bit to the song that's playing in the background. Today I'll be discussing this show, or more particularly the female lead in the show version of Are We There Yet, which was created by O'Shea Jackson, better known as Ice Cube, who played the lead in the original films. Well, let's get right to it. Yeah, this is on the show version of based on the film series Are We There Yet, that was created by O'Shea Jackson, better known as Ice Cube, as I said in the introduction. I'm going to take this much in a similar way I did the Family Matters, which was actually a response to Prince Solomon and his sometimes partner and very good female speaker, Sincere. I really enjoyed their videos. So I decided to look into other shows that I liked and see if I could find, and sure enough, even though I've not seen every episode of Are We There Yet, I have seen enough of them, especially the early seasons, to notice this stuff. And I'm particularly going to focus on the female lead. Of course, the female lead is played by Eileen Atkins. She plays Suzane Persons. Even starting with the series opener, in which basically there was a fight about the name. They had just gotten married in this version, and of course, Nick's name, played by Terry Crews, is Nick Kingston. But for some reason, Suzanne wants her and the kids to remain Persons, and that was her professional name, which I kind of get the professional half, but she wants it in both professional and personal. And I'm like, okay, that's a little iffy right there. Of course, later on it's resolved by Terry Crews' character saying he would change his name to so they could all have the same name, to Nick Kingston Persons. And I think Suzane Persons, I think her name is actually her maiden name. Now some might say, well, that just shows he really loves her and everything. I thought it was kind of bitch made, personally. I mean, I understand he loves this woman, he loves her kids. I understand that, but that was a little bitch made to me. And plus, any woman, to me, that resists. Now I can understand her keeping the name for professional reasons. You know, professionally, if she wants to be known as Suzane Persons, that's fine. That's fine. But for her legal name, if she won't take your name, or if she's hanging on to that just tells me she's not really all the way in. Now, when I say this stuff, I'm talking about the character Eileen Atkins plays. I'm not talking about the woman herself. I don't know her. But I just always found that a little suspect that they would do that. And then there was another episode where she suspects, and especially in the first season, she would, especially if Nick was out a lot or doing something that she thought was strange, she would swear that something was up or that she was cheating. One episode in particular, which guest starred a then pregnant Laila Ali, in which he was actually doing an interview for the TV station he had just got a job with. She actually trailed him to the interview, almost got into a fight with Laila Ali, who, honestly, she could be 9 months pregnant, ready to pop at any moment, and I still wouldn't fight her. And I mean, Laila is like 2 foot taller than, I mean, Eileen Atkins is not a big woman. I'd say she's only like maybe 5'2", 5'3", even in heels. I mean, heck, the young girl that plays the daughter on there, played by Tila Dunn. The daughter is taller than Essence Atkins. I mean, this woman is tiny. Anyway, she's getting in the face of Laila Ali, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, in real life, even pregnant, I bet you Laila Ali could still whoop that ass. Anyway, moving on. She then confronts her husband privately, and at one point, she even actually takes out, when she was a registered user and owner, she actually takes out a gun and was almost ready to shoot poor Nick. I'm like, okay, dude. I'm looking at this, and he managed to calm her down and said the reason he was sneaking around and everything was that he was planning a vacation. And she was like, well, what's her name? She said, Suzane. She said, you couldn't find another woman not named with my name? You had to find another woman with my name? She's like, no, baby, Suzane, you. And then she finally realized she meant the vacation was for her. Me personally, I looked at that episode and I was like, brother man, I would seriously consider getting a refund. And while you at it, take that money that you was going to use on the vacation, get a divorce. I mean, I know it was fiction, but I looked at this shit and was like, this is shit that in real life would have been grounds for a divorce. But this is almost like TV is teaching men. I know this was a black show, so specifically aimed at black men, but men in general to be fucking simps, to be manginas. A man back in the day, if a woman would have pulled that, he'd have been gone. Oh, hell no. First of all, the whole marriage name thing, that would have been a deal breaker right there. By the way, I hope you're enjoying the pictures of Miss Atkins that I let roll across the screen. But also, getting back on point, the marriage name thing, that alone would have been a deal breaker. But then the whole thing with Laila Ali and the gun, oh Lord, oh shoot, yeah, and oh my God, I mean, there's all kinds. If you looked at, I've seen at least clips from just about every episode on there. I haven't watched all the episodes in full, but I've seen clips of just about every episode on there, and quite frankly, I'm like, this is training people to accept, men to accept, hey, you really love her, you'll do this. Oh, you really love her, you know, you'll explain stuff to her and you'll stick it out with her. No! Fuck no! I don't care how fine she is. And, I mean, let's be honest, Essence Atkins is a fine-ass woman. She a fine little sister, but no! No, I don't care how much I like the kids. I don't care how much I liked her. I don't care how bomb her body is. I don't care how good her pussy is. No. No, 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 no. And plus, sometimes, man, they made Terry Crews on there as Kingston Persons. Sometimes they made him a bit of a dumbass. Because not only with the name thing, but I remember one time, actually it was in the same pilot episode. He asked her, he said, is this how it's going to be every night? She was like, what you talking about? Well, you know I love you, right? And she said, yeah. Well, what you talking about? Well, during the day, you look like Holly Berry, but at night, you look like Tyler Perry. And I'm like, do you really want to say that to your wife? You really, which I don't see no resemblance with Tyler Perry. Heck, even dressed down, that woman still looks pretty good. But I'm like, really? Really? They just made this guy practically a buffoon. Holy shit. But yeah, I mean, I kind of see what Prince Solomon and Sincere are getting at. You know, with the Family Matters thing. You know, saying that, you know, it's not cool to be black and intelligent. You want to be all cool, stuck up on yourself like Laura Winslow or just cool with swag like Stefan or Kale. And you know, you want to be shallow. You know, you don't want to be like Myra. Myra's all crazy and nerdy and everything. You don't want to be that. Even though the actress that played Myra, Michelle Thomas, the late Michelle Thomas, was nothing to sneeze at all. Oh, you don't want to be like Steve. It's like intelligence and education is frowned upon. It really it's getting that way in all the communities, but especially in the black community, it's frowned on. And in the case of Are We There Yet, it's almost like showing men, hey, you take the good with the bad with women. But, you know, to this extreme, fuck though. It's almost teaching men to be simps in a way. I'm not saying, you know, be all alpha male and, you know, pimp slap a hoe and all that bullshit. No, I'm not saying that, but come on. There has to be a limit. And that's all I'm saying. It felt like this one. And, you know, there's one other example that I'm not going to show the picture here of an actress that I really love and respect. And if I met her, I would respect her like I would my own mother. And that's Phylicia Rashad, The Cosby Show. She had a lot of take over the household elements. And that's another thing I noticed with Are We There Yet too. A lot of times Suzane would be the one, especially when it came to the kids, would be the one taking over. But then one episode she fussed about, why you always the good cop and all that. Well, half the time I thought to myself, well, half the time you're already talking, you won't shut the fuck up, bitch. Like I said, the character Suzane Persons. Not talking about the real actress, Eileen Atkins. But I was like, shit, because half the time you won't shut the fuck up. If you want the man to lead, you can't expect him to lead, and then when he tries to, you jump in front of him. You know, that's almost like a cock tease in a way. I mean, like, no, sometimes you need to just sit down and let the man be a man. But it's like it was teaching us, oh, we supposed to work, we supposed to provide. But when it comes to that, oh, she takes the lead. I mean, I noticed that even on the Cosby Show with Phylicia Rashad's character Claire Huxtable. I noticed that at times on there, and I noticed it with this Suzane character on there. And you know, you don't realize this stuff until you really pay attention to what's going on. Now, don't get me wrong. I actually still liked Are We There Yet? There was some funny moments, like the time she was trying to tease Nick into paying more attention to her. She walks in with a robe, and then she lets the robe drop, and basically she's butt naked except for her high heels, not realizing that there's a bunch of teenagers sitting there watching it. They all snapping iPhone pictures and everything. Yeah, I mean, there were some funny moments on there. Don't get me wrong. I still like the show for what it was, but at the same time, I do notice little stuff like that. And one thing, that's the thing about television. Television. Break it down. Vision. Basically, they're trying to tell you what they want you to think how a relationship is and how a marriage is. You realize how many women that ever watched Wait to Exhale, especially back in the 90s, that thought it was cool to take your husband's clothes who was cheating on you and property and burn it out in the lawn and stuff? That thought it was cool, thought it was okay, not realizing, no, you do that in real life, your ass go to jail. Think about it. Television. Vision. You gotta take TV for what it is. It's entertainment. That is not real life. But I feel like this is almost like coaching men and teaching women, or even encouraging women to be like this. And again, I'm not knocking Eileen Atkins herself. I know I've repeated that like 2 or 3 times earlier, but I want to make it clear to the ignorant dunderheads that may want to little complain or try to call themselves playing devil's advocate, or think this video is stupid. And there probably will be that just out of spite. But nah, I can't go along with that role. I mean, and just those couple of things alone made me like turn my head sideways and go, huh? But anyway, that's it on this one. And that's all I got to say on this special non-branded video. Hope you enjoyed the music in the background. It is a little DJ Jazzy Jeff. Yes, the one that was connected to Will Smith when he was the Fresh Prince back in the day. DJ Jazzy Jeff with Raheem Devon with a song called My Soul Is Not For Sale. Don't let your soul be for sale either. I'm out. I'm Mr. Griffin.